we working? Let's see if we're working. To the YouTubes. YouTube says we're working. Alright, cool. Do we have sound? We have sound. Let's make sure we don't sound weird. Okay, we don't sound weird. Only double check that because last time I was a little gargly because I had messed up the cam link cable. If it doesn't sit right, it makes this weird gargly noise apparently. We learned that the last time we played Warcry. And then we learned it again the other stream. So I have Mountain Dew Rise Energy. It has a cute lion on the label, and it is fucking delicious. There's one of these that's like Tropical Sunrise or something. It's literally probably the best soda I've ever had in my life. And it's only 20 calories. Correction, 25 calories for a whole can. And like straight up, like it is probably the most tasty soda. So, in 2 weeks, I start dieting and gym and all that kind of stuff again after COVID. So that's super cool, exciting. That's gonna be fun. So before that happens, I'm trying to finish up the orcs I have. So we're gonna swap over to the other camera. Take a look at them. There we go. There we go. Move this over. So, I've got some of the WA boys ready to rock. I almost have all 10 of them. So, tonight, I'm going to get the rest of them looking like this. I'm really happy with that. Tonight, we've got those 3 to do. So, orc with a big shooter. Optional orc with a rocket. Because in the orc boys box, you actually get 11 boys if you don't build the big knob. You just use the legs. You just use the legs from the knob for another boy because they're the same legs. So that way you can have an option without having to magnetize them. Because these guys aren't hard to magnetize. All the arms are straight cuts. But there's so much like crossing over the body and stuff that getting them to sit nice and like look flat and not look like kind of weird and magnety is a little hard. So I'm choosing to just build an optional one instead. So this is my big shooter boy. He'll probably be in the team most days. And then I've got an optional rocket boy as well. And then the boys don't technically have a leader model, but I felt like they should, right? And this way, if I really wanted to, I could say this guy's a boss knob, because he like stands out from the other boys. So like, that's a boy. That's a boy. There's my boss knob if I want him to be a boss knob without him using a different body. I'm not a big fan of the like weird midget knob option that comes with the boys because he's not full knob size. He's like this weird in between. Not a big fan of it. So worst case I can see this guy's a boss knob. So we got them to work on. And we have time. We'll start working on this thing is not a Wazboom blast jet. It's not the Rocket Truck Squig Buggy. That's this. This is a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy. This is a Custom Booster Blaster? I don't know. It's the one with the cute little grot on the front, like Mad Max. Super awesome vehicle. It's gonna look really nice when it's all done. I do not remember what the fuck the name of it is though. They all have these really weird names. This one's all squig launchers and stuff. This one's like one big machine gun and fire bombs and stuff like that. So, but you know they're amazing models, just super great. And the orcs in here are a really nice mix between the new upcoming Snagaboys and the old ones. They're like this really nice in between. So I think that's really cool. So yeah, so if we get some time, we'll work on the big truck too. All right, so let's get cranking on our boys. And yeah, see what we got. All right. So optional rocket guy's gonna go to the side. Let's see what we got left on this guy. All right, so we got some touch up. He needs some touch up on his strap, touch up on his backpack, and then just sort of overall touch up everywhere. Most of his colors are blocked in except for the hand here, which has the glove. That's not blocked in, but pretty much all the other colors are blocked in. They just need touch up. He needs his loincloth, his boots, the strap across his chest. I'll probably make this glove a different color. I don't like how close it is. And then the squig hog here needs some painting too. So, what color should we make the squig? I'm feeling I don't know. What color am I feeling for squig today? Purple with a white belly, maybe, and some dots, or green with a white belly and some dots, maybe. I'm looking at my paints here. So this is a nice color, elemental bolt. And it would bring a little green into these guys. Yeah, let's do elemental bolt. That's nice. And then we'll paint his belly white. So we'll go ahead and we'll touch him all up. Wow, that brush is really screwed up in it. 1 second. I apparently forgot to clean this brush out after I was doing washes. Because I take care of my things. See, this is why I don't have fancy brushes. Because I forget to wash them out after I do washes. Ew. Yeah, this brush is basically dead. Super. Alright, let's see what else we got we could use. Let's find a new one. Looks like an edge brush. Another edge brush. You won't be bad. We'll use you. Yeah, I'm a big supporter of those like $20 for like 18 brushes packs on Amazon, because I do things like leave them out and totally ruin them. Actually, I know you're not supposed to do it, but we're gonna let that guy sit in the water a little bit. I don't. Okay. Oh, that's actually... I was going to say, that's a nice brush, and there's a giant hair sticking out of the fucking thing. Oh, yeah. Alright. Elemental Bolt, here we go. Gonna get color blocked in. Maybe we won't leave his belly white because there's not a whole lot of it on this model. He's not super detailed as a squig hog. Maybe we will maybe what we'll do is we'll do the hair in like a blue or neon green or something like that instead. Will this be a squig? No, I think this is technically, this would be like a squig hound, right? It's not a face eater squig, we know that. Face eater squigs are the best squigs. For anyone that doesn't know, face eater squigs are basically any squig that an orc picks up to play the "Can It Eat My Face" game, where you try to eat the squig before it eats your face. And that is the entire point of the game. Because orcs are amazing. That's why. So, yeah, I love this stuff with the squigs. I'm very happy to see the Beast Snagga boys coming into reality and being a thing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but they're not snake bites. I'm like, yeah, but you can make snake bites any orc. These are cool. They got like big robot hogs and they're cool. Big fan of them. Very, very happy to see you know, some emphasis on squigs and stuff, because squigs are cool. I like squigs a lot. So I think it's pretty rad. I will happily pick some up when they come out, and I will add them to the Wild Boys. Wow, that's a really bad mold line. Look at that mold line. Jesus. Should have really removed that sooner, but I did not see it until just now. Everyone's probably like, how the hell did you not see that? It's giant. So yeah, this guy, you can see he's all like custom posed and stuff. So, because this squig hog here is actually from the Runt Herd kit, and that he comes with the Gretchen box. So when I built my Runt Herd before, I didn't use the squig. So this time I have decided to use the squig and turn him into a just turn him into an accessory for a boy, because the Runt Herd is basically a boy. He's the same size, he just uses a slightly different body. He's got a little bit of a pot belly and stuff. It's pretty cool, but it's the same size as a boy, so his arm and stuff, you know, it doesn't look super out of place. And I thought it would be fun to have like some kind of dog or something. I thought would be fun and cool. And just make him stand out a little bit from regular boys. Alright, so we just got some color down on there. It's going to need some more love, but we got some down. Alright, that's good. Right there. This brush is actually not that bad. Alright. Yeah. There we go. All right. Let's see. Let's break out our friend the Xandri Dust. And we'll go ahead and we'll make this guy's loincloth Xandri Dust. So I've been using pretty dull tones for all the boys' clothes. So lots of grays, lots of like tans, stuff like that. I don't want to make them completely monochromatic, because if you look at these stills for Fury Road, the Wild Boys actually, they're very monochromatic themed, but they're not 100%. Like some of them have brown pants on, and some of them have blue jeans on, and stuff like that. You know, there's little tiny bits of color here and there. It's just predominantly dominated by this. You know, it's predominantly this monochromatic white skin, sort of dark clothes view. But, you know, it's not 100% that. Oh, I should have done the wrap on his hair at the same color. Alright, let's break that back out, actually. We'll get that done. Or do we want to do his glove? Wrap on the hair or the glove? Wrap on the hair. Let's do the glove. And then we'll do the wrap on the hair in one of the browns. Yeah, I just want to... I feel like this glove, using the dark cloth for it, I feel like it just stands out, or it doesn't stand out enough. You know, we're not trying to be super perfectly neat here. We're just trying to get some color down on these areas. You know, it's probably going to take a couple coats for coverage, but we'll get there. Just going to make little steps as we go. Man, I am... Ooh. I'm super beat. I had a very fancy presentation at work today, and I got a very nice bonus that I will be using probably on Warhammer. Let's be real. Probably going to be Warhammer. Lots of Warhammer in the future. I will probably use it to buy all the new Sister Battle stuff when it comes out. Maybe the AdMech box if it looks particularly good. But very, very, very nice bonus. So I'm going to use it to treat yourself when the Sisters come out. Plus, I'll probably pick some other stuff up with it as well. But really, really going to focus on the Sisters when they come out. I'm going to get the new tank. So I really like the new tank. And I'm going to get a couple other things. I'm going to get the Battle Force box. Or not Battle Force, the Combat Patrol box for the Sisters when it comes out. I'm going to get the new tank. I'm going to get a Paragon Warsuit or two. Possibly two. And then just some other characters. They'll really round them out. I'm not trying to build any particularly huge like force of them, right? Like I'm not going to be buying like dozens of multiples of each kit. Ooh, look at that nub. But I'm definitely going to round them out, give myself some options, you know. So this weekend I'm going to be playing with their color scheme, what I've done with them, because I kind of like it. I think it looks really cool. Just to be honest, it's a pain in the fucking ass to paint. It's a massive pain in the ass to paint. So I'm going to be taking a look at that, seeing if I can come up with any ideas to simplify it. Partly because part of it's done in inks, and they just are not very strong, like, to handle. And as you can see, like, I handle my models when I paint them. I don't put them on handles. I probably should use my fucking bonus and buy a goddamn handle. But, you know, I tend to handle them instead. I don't know why. I think it's a side effect from painting Gunpla, right? Like, so when I paint Gunpla, lots of times I will, you know, hold the entire model in my hand like an action figure. You know, it's probably not the best way to do it, but honestly, I like how much it sort of like, it's going to sound really cheesy, but I like how much it connects me to the model and how I can really get like a feel for the character and like everything overall when I hold it like that. I think it's really neat. Sort of going over all the shapes and stuff with my brush. As opposed to, you know, like painting individual pieces. And I will do that from time to time. I will pre-paint things to before I do assembly, but you know, I really like to paint the models as one piece. You know, that kind of sub-assembly, you know, I do it. Not going to say I don't. Sub-assembly isn't a bad thing, right? Like, it's actually a super good thing. It can make your life a billion times easier, but you know, it's not always for me, 'cause sometimes I feel like it detracts from the experience, you know. So even if the end result is not as perfect as it would be with perfect sub-assemblies, I'm okay with that, you know. I'd much rather have a better feeling of what the model is than, you know, perfect sub-assemblies. Alright, so let's do his belt in this as well. His chains here are going to be all silver. What is that gubbins on his belt? Oh, okay, it's like chains and teeth. That's what that is. Okay. Oh, well, we have this guy out. We got this color out. Let's go ahead and let's do the gun on this boy here. There's some neat little... I love the rocket launcher designs on these guys, to be honest. I have an extreme soft spot in my heart for Orc Rocket Launchers. Because these Orc Rocket Launchers straight up won me my first kill team tournament. I one-shot an enemy's commander with an Orc Rocket Launcher on the first turn. Totally broke his whole fucking team right on turn 1. And I was able to just dominate that match and get just fucking obscene number of points during that match because of it. And it straight up, like, that match, because there were no caps on the limits, right? Like, that match, like, straight up took me from, like, you know, like the middle of the pack to, you know, like the winners tables. And, you know, my next match, like, I got like maybe 5 points in it out of like 20 something I could have earned, just because I got that manhandled, which was fine. I just, you know, I didn't have solutions to the guy's stuff at all, and he had a very, very, very competitive list. I did not. I had a bunch of orcs that were like, whoa, and just sort of ran forward, you know, like orcs do. And, you know, it was good. It was really good. I was reminiscing on that tournament with my friend recently. It's because such a good time it was. Alright. But yeah, I love Orc Rocket Launchers. They're the fucking best. Oh, and his backpack. So I keep thinking his backpack is actually it's actually cloth. It's not. It's metal with some cloth stapled to it. Like cloth straps like stuck to it. It's actually like this big metal C. It's very weird. Maybe I should buy a painting handle, and see what it's like. It's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that. I know they got the new ones that look like butt plugs. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, you know, I think I will. Next time I go down to the hobby shop. It's going to be a little while. My birthday is coming up. Birthday is next weekend. I'm going to be way too fucking old. My gray betrays me, though. I'm not as old as I have gray. I've had gray hair since I was 15. So just want to throw that out there, that I'm not as gray as I look, damn it. But, you know, it's fine, right? We all get older. You know, we all get a little more broken every day. You know, it's just the process of putting ourselves back together. That's what perseverance is. But yeah, my bonus today was unexpected. I did not, because I got a couple awards today actually, and I did not expect to get a bunch of money. So that was a really big shock, and really nice. So it's super cool. All right. All his stuff there painted, and it will fund some sisters. So I have some sisters painted, and then this is them after top coat. So it takes a little bit of the gloss off, but it's still kind of there. I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. I really like the brass with the purple over it. To be honest, I'm actually debating doing an entire one in brass, which is fucking insane, I know, but I really like how it looks. And actually, and hitting it with purple and just seeing what it looks like. Because I think that because the thing I really like about this that really sells it to me is the purple and brass. That's the thing that is mwah, to me. So I've got one that I've been test painting. Where is she? Here she is. The one that I've been doing a bunch of different test painting with. So she's a little beat up, but she's my test. So yeah, I've got a Retributor squad who are mostly, who are started, and then everything else I have for sisters is painted pretty much. So, yeah. Oh, speaking about sub-assemblies, the gunner orc is missing because he's a sub-assembly, and also I did not glue down the roof so I can get in there to paint those details. I just put the roof on so I could get a feel for what colors are where when I was painting stuff in. So yeah, you know, sub-assemblies aren't bad. Just you know, I just don't always favor them. All right, let's get some browns in here. Let's get leather brown. Boop, just like that. And we're gonna get that here on our orc. All right, so let's do his hair first off. His little hair doop-de-doo here. None of the wall boys really have hair. I think it's all black, to be honest, but I'm debating giving him like red hair or something to give him a splash of color. There we go. And let's paint in some of these straps and stuff. Again, we're not going to have perfect coverage, but we're going to get something down. Get the base coat blocked in. The neighborhood kids are yelling and cussing outside, as they are wont to do. Which is fine. They're having fun. And I never had no trouble with them, so they're not bad little kids. Go. They bet each other if they can do bicycle and skateboard tricks all the time, and it's kind of amusing to watch them or hear them like fail and be like, "Oh, I owe you $5" or whatever." It's kind of funny. All right. Here we go. So yeah, just before I really touch up any of the colors, make them perfect, I'm just going to try to get all the colors in on this orc. Alright, this guy and the other guy. And then we'll pick one model out of those three, because, you know, we're essentially batch painting 3 models here. But we're going to get all the colors blocked in and sort of in batch paint mode, and then after that we'll grab one model and we'll sit down and we'll be like, alright, we're going to touch up this color and this color and this color and just go one after another and knock them all out. And then he'll be complete and we'll move to the next guy like that. And that's not the most paint efficient method, or probably even time efficient method, but to be honest, it's how I like to paint. When you get to that sort of final step, I really like to see that model, you know, and watch it come together and stuff. I really enjoy that. So that's going to be our next to last step for that. All right. Okay, so we have this glove here. Let's do this glove as well. And then we'll do the rest of his leather straps and stuff. We'll do those in the darker brown that we have. So I'm using 3 different tones of brown. I don't use them all on every model. So same thing with the cloth, right? Like everybody doesn't have the same color pants or whatever, because I mean they're orcs. You know, there's not a little Gretchen out there sewing them all the same color pants. That's not how that works, right? Like, so they're all dressed a little differently. And we have these straps here and stuff. We're going to make those the darker color. Same thing with the we'll make this one the lighter color. Same thing with like the strap here on the wrist. We'll make that the darker color as well. And this one here, we'll make that the lighter color. And I'm just going to walk through and pick these details out. And we'll move over to the next guy. See if he needs any of the same color details like that. Just keep going around until it's all handled. There we go. Okay. Alright, set him to the side and move to the next guy. Let's clean our brush. It's not really super dirty yet, but we don't want too much paint building up on there if we can help it. Let's get some MTN do. We're going to check the next guy. Alright, so what do we have here? Got an orc. We got to do his glove. And then this guy's pretty much at the cleanup step after that. He has all of his colors blocked in. And they just need to get fixed and cleaned up and tidied up and stuff like that. So he's pretty much at the color step or the block or the tidy up step. So all his colors are pretty much blocked in. The only thing that's not really is some stuff here with the bullets. It's a little screwed up. We'll hit that when we block in the bullets for the other guys. Excuse me. Yeah, technically for the 10-man squad, we only need to do this guy and the other guy, but I want all my boys painted. Go. We're going to check this guy here. We got this big battery pack. I'm going to paint that a different color. Let's do his belts and his boots. He also has this like grip. I guess that's more wires than anything. So it's not really. It should be brown. Might actually paint his whole weapon green, or at least part of it green, sort of break some color up there. I think I might do that. So I mean, this guy's he's gonna have a lot of colors. So he's gonna have green. I'm gonna probably do this energy pack here, part of that in like yellow. The wires are gonna be red. Might do one of the wires in yellow, like the energy pack, and then do like a caution stripe around it, but not like a really neat caution stripe, like kind of a messy one. Because I really don't like it when the orcs have like really neat caution stripes. Because I can't see an orc painting a really neat pattern like that. It just doesn't line up in my brain. So. Right. Yeah, we'll do the straps on his chest this color, and then the straps on the or his belt will be the darker color. So I'm not really doing any rhyme or reason to those. Kind of sort of picking them as I feel, because it will make them look a little more varied as a horde than like, you know, everyone's belt is brown or whatever. Or everyone's belt is this brown or whatever. So I'm kind of picking them as the whim strikes me, more than anything else. One, to be honest, it's completely more interesting to me as a painter, and it's also more sort of fitting for a horde like this. Apparently did not pour a lot of this one out, so I apparently used it all up. which I guess is good. Gotta do the straps at the top, so I guess let's get a little bit more out, I guess. Go. But yeah, I think I'm gonna flesh out my sisters. Like, conceptually, I love the sisters. Not because of the whole, like, Christian sort of over theme that they have, like the whole nuns thing. But I love the, like, I don't know, like I love the, like, I don't know how to describe it, like the mansplaining of them, if that makes sense. Right? Like, you look at all their tech and stuff, right? And it's all, like 80s style faux feminine. And I think that's really neat. And I think it fits their lore really cool. You know, that they're kind of this, like, you know, like empowered but still kind of like repressed thing. And I think that's a really fascinating sort of bit to them, you know what I mean? Because, like, they're crazy powerful, but, you know, their armor still has, like, big old gazoonkas on it, you know. And I think that's a really neat, like, juxtaposition, you know. Like, they are, you know, an army of ladies, but they're still kind of, like, abused by these dudes in power. I think that's interesting. I think that makes them a really kind of, like, neat kind of grimdark force, to be honest. I think I don't know, like the sort of repression there is neat. All right. Probably not explaining that very well, but okay. So we still got some of that brown out, so let's go ahead and use it to do touch-ups on this guy's boots and stuff. Let's get a little bit better coverage there, since we got it. You know, this isn't part of the plan, but no good plan survives contact with models. There we go. But yeah, I love the sisters lore. I'm intending to do a, like, really trippy Inquisitor to go with them, like a really bizarre retino. Like, I have, like, an Admech Centaur in my mind to go with them. So, like, one of the Kerberos Raider horses, plus, like, a regular, like, torso kind of thing, and that being, like, one of their entourage. And I have, you know, I want to do, like, a big cyber dog with them, and, you know, maybe have it be, like, sort of like a Admech kind of Inquisitor, where everything in their warband is kind of mechanical. I think that's really fun. And I think that way they'll bridge the gap nicely to my Admech forces. So that way I could take, like, a unit of sisters, my guy, and then a unit of Admech with them. And have, admittedly, probably not a very good, but a really interesting, fluffy list. At least. So, that's my plan for them, is to make, like, just, like, a crazy Admech Inquisitor of, like, Inquisitor, maybe, like, 2 or 3, like, red new characters. I have to look at how many you get, like, as a unit. But that's my next big, like, customization project, is doing that. Alright, Uh, this is Death Card Green. Let's crack that up. But yeah, 40k has so many like just interesting concepts it tries to explore. It's good stuff, it really is. You know, and all the worlds are so big. You know, you can have like all these crazy stories. I think I'm playing Battle Sister on the Oculus right now. I think that's a lot of fun. And you're getting this neat story about this this sister who's like, I don't know, lady friend. I don't know what to call it. I don't know if they were like partners or if they were like just like subordinates or whatever, but they were one of them dies and the other one's like inherits her stuff and gets some weird powers, and you know, you're tromping through the battle lines blowing dudes fucking apart. It's fucking legit. And it's really fun just to be like with the big fucking bolter and fucking cut some like asshole fucking cultist in half with it. It's cool shit. But yeah, I don't know. I like the sisters. I think they have really fun lore and are a good time in 40Kville. Does annoy me that there's not lore-wise Lady Space Marines. That annoys the shit out of me, but you know, because the sisters are more like super Imperial Guard than they are Space Marines. I don't really think there should be Lady Space Marines. Now that I have some lady heads from the sisters, I will probably actually make some of my Space Marines ladies. So I didn't have any before. And honestly, 99% of my Space Marines are actually wearing helmets anyway, so it could already be ladies, but because I don't know. The Space Marine helmet's really iconic and neat. And you can get some really, really cool like variants of it as well. It's like I've got ones that are like cool animal heads and stuff. It's a really good time. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Oh, God, I've already been painting for 45 minutes. What the hell? Okay, so let's grab a guy and let's finish him up so we can at least get somebody finished during the stream. So we're gonna do the copper first, and we're gonna carry that for everybody, and then we'll go ahead and we're gonna knock this guy out after that. Alright, so first off, this guy's got a little bit of copper on him, so let's do that. But yeah, that new tank is really cool looking. Everyone's talking about how like statistically it's gonna suck and all this stuff, and I'm just like, I don't care. It looks really cool. It's probably like one of the coolest looking 40k tanks. I'm a big fan of the Scorpius Dune Rider, the AdMech one as well. That one's really neat looking. I actually don't have one of those for my AdMech. I built it as the landing craft instead. There's really not like a super good way to magnetize that, because like it changes the whole body really changes between the two tanks. But it's a really cool looking tank. It's got this really rad Art Deco style to it. So yeah. But that new Sisters tank, oh, I love it. And you know, the big cannon is nice looking and all, but the thing I really love is the two little cannons. I just think it looks so cool. Like so cool. So I'm probably going to definitely magnetize the cannons when I get it, but I will almost certainly be running with the double cannons, even if it sucks. Just because I love how it looks. But yeah, there's a lot of good models coming out soon. You know, I got the new sister stuff coming. There's always good models coming out from GW. Like, it's, I don't know why I should say like that. Like, I'm surprised. Like, oh yeah, they got a couple neat ones finally, those bastards. No, they always have beautiful, fantastic models. Their rules are sometimes a little wonky, you know, or just overly complex, or like just outdated, you know. Like, why doesn't Ninth have alternating activations? What the hell, GW? But you know, they also make really amazing rule sets like Warcry. You know, like Warcry is phenomenal. You know, AOS is pretty good too. I haven't played AOS in a while. Really should get a game of that in. Really like to brush up on my AOS again. Get some of that in would be really nice. But 3rd edition AOS is supposedly going to be coming out later this year, which is pretty exciting. And honestly, all I want them to do is just make it big Warcry. That's all I want it to be. It's just big Warcry. Every unit, 2 activations. You know, alternating activations. That's like, literally, like I would like probably make that like my exclusive game if it was. To be honest, if they were just like, oh, it would be so good. Is AOS has a big problem with too many dice. You're like, but there's less than 40k. There is, but the fact that like the wound roll isn't a comparative roll is weird to me. Like, the fact that there becomes 2 dice is just there for variation and not like thematically, kind of like conceptually kind of thing. Because when you do the comparison roll, it's conceptually like, is this weapon strong enough to hurt you, as opposed to does it just randomly hurt you versus some mythical number. So yeah, not a big fan of that, how that works, but really they should just get rid of that, to be honest. So alright, really should just be 1 dice roll and then the enemy rolls to dodge, and then that's your weapon activation. Forgot to touch this guy's strap up here. Go. Alright. So let's touch his skin up. So his skin is going to be spaceship exterior. So we don't want 100% coverage. We still want some variation, you know. You don't want it to be perfectly one color, but we do want to pick up some of the areas that are a little darker. So we're going to hit this with Apothecary White to get some even more variation in it, make it look more like flesh. So since we're going to do that, we do want to pick up the darker areas a little bit. Again, not perfect coverage, but I want to pick it up a little bit. But yeah, I would love real alternating activations. You don't even need to have like they have the multiple actions thing. You could keep the like rounds thing, but like, come on, GW, fucking alternating activations, man. Like, every modern game uses it, or use a bag system, like fucking bolt action, like something. Right, like something different than just like you roll 1 dice so you get these benefits. Like, no, make it variable, make it right. Like, I should not be able to plan the game out that far ahead, right? Like I shouldn't be like, oh, I run this dice roll, so I'm going to have these advantages, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. Shouldn't be able to do that, you know? And some people were like, oh, well, that's what makes it competitive. I'm like, no, that's what makes that fucking shit toxic. Like, there needs to be more random, there needs to be more variation. You should never be able to plan out like that. You're just saying it because you're bad, scrub. You know, I'm not saying I'm good, but I do like having like unknown, like far in advance besides just dice rolls. You know, because like the tactical reroll in 40k, it's designed to mitigate the unknown. But I like the unknown in the games. I like having that variation and that like no two games will ever be the same kind of thing. I really like that. It's like in 40k, as you start getting upper on points, you know, until you get to the point where like your units can just not die on the table because you have enough of them and you played that defensively. Lots of times it's a who can kill each other faster kind of deal, right? It's like, oh, you have to collect the token or whatever. Well, I can just ignore that because I'm just going to murder you before we have to worry about that kind of thing. You know, I feel like AOS does a better job of that for sure, but you know, alternating activations really would like crazy help that. There'd never be a situation where you could, you know, you would lose a big model before it even gets to act if you had alternating activations. Alright, here we go. A silver. Alright. Just a little weird doodad on the side of his helmet here, silver. Paint this here underneath the gun, silver. Paint this silver. Just some stuff to add variation for when you look at it, you know. Just to make it more visually interesting. That's what we're going for here. And even if it's a very slight difference, it does make it more visually interesting. Symbol here on the side of the gun, make that silver. This big buckle here, make that in silver as well. But yeah, I really want alternating activations. And you know, campaign stuff's always good. I don't often get to play campaigns, unfortunately, just because of COVID. Otherwise, I would be in every campaign I could, because I think campaigns are amazing. But you know, more campaign stuff's always cool. I do like the stuff like the siege battles. They're really neat. Stuff like that as well. Some silver up here in the chest. Right there. Okay, I like it. Looking good. Cool. Alright. Xandri Dust. Man, this ramble's gone all over the place, from how I love the like the weird 80s aesthetic of the Sisters of Battle to, you know, like, I don't know, just all over the place, to what that I want Age of Sigmar just to be a big war cry. I definitely don't want them to move it more towards fantasy battles. I don't want any of the like rank and file stuff. Like, I don't want any of that at all. So, especially since Warhammer Fantasy Battles is going to actually, like, you know, come out as its own sort of standalone thing. So I don't want them to move in that direction at all. I'd also like there to be, like, a little bit less rules bloat. As much as I love 9th edition, I feel like that's a big problem with 9th edition is rules bloat. I feel like everyone can do so many things. And part of that is probably the fact that they put out so many Space Marine books, like back to back. And Space Marines always can do, like, everything, right? Like, they get, you know, one way or another, they basically get every bonus in the game. You know, that can feel like there's a billion, trillion new rules. But even like the Death Guard, like, there is very clearly some rules bloat there with how stuff works, even though they tried to simplify things. You know, because now you have all these, like, weird built-in ores and stuff, and it's just like, okay, gotta remember more stuff. It's not bad, it's just, you know, there's definitely more to remember versus these are my guys on the table kind of thing. Is one of the reasons I really like Warcry is that everybody's rules are basically on, like, you know, a flashcard. I think that's great. I'd really like AOS to move a little bit more towards that. I'd like 40k to move towards that as well, but the new edition does have some eccentricities to it in regards to rules bloat. Here we go. Nice. Alright, let's touch up the dark. Let's touch up the dark. There it is. This is Oak Brown. So yeah, I apologize for this ramble being all over the place. It's been has been an all over the place kind of ramble. But it's kind of where I am at the moment. I'm kind of all over the place too. So I'm still coming down from my big meeting, and I've got my birthday in a week, and then I've got, you know, we've got some people in our house that are going to be doing some housework, and I'm not going to have a shower for probably a long time, and it's really obnoxious. You know, so I'm a little wound up, so I apologize for that and how just all over the place this ramble's been. Now I'm like, I know nobody watches my videos, but I'm like, someone's gonna misunderstood what I said about liking the sisters. They're gonna be like, oh, you only like the sisters because they're still controlled by men or something. And I'm just like, no, I like them. I don't know. Not because of that, because that's fucking mental, right? And I know there's some mental people in this community, man, but I'm not fucking one of them. And don't put that fucking juju on me. There we go. Alright. This is brown all touched up. No, it's not. I lied. There we go. So we gotta touch up his gray, and then the shirt of his shirt gray, his pants gray. Do we touch the pants gray? Yeah, we do. We've got to get inside that little loop there. That's an error. Let's do that. There we go. And we got to touch up his shirt gray, and his shirt gray was ash gray. But yeah, I'm like super hyped for the new sister stuff when it comes out. And I think that's definitely going to be out before the new orc stuff. Because because I'm also really, really hyped for the Beast Snagas. I don't like the name, to be honest. I don't like the name at all, but and just call them Beast Boys, so it works out. If I'm completely honest, anything with the double G makes me itchy. So, not a big fan of that name. I already know there's going to be tons of just douchebag, horrible people making very, very not nice memes about it. Because as much as I love this community, those people exist. And I would rather not give them the ammunition, but GW does what GW does, so who the fuck knows, man. Here we go. Let's paint this strap on the backpack here so it stands out a little. And this patch too. Just to add a little more visual interest to it there. We don't want to, I don't want to paint all the stitches in, to be honest. But I'm going to at least get those straps done. On the backpack. Well, I'm waiting for the, my birthday. I'll probably pick up some more orcs to go into the wall, boys. Alright, that's that. Now I just need to touch up the black, and then he's ready for washes, and we'll call him done, and we'll call painting done, and I can stop babbling and saying stupid shit. Because how much as I love the YouTubes, I did not realize how fried I am until I started doing this. Trying to talk for an hour has been a real challenge. So I'm probably going to try to unwind, watch some YouTube myself, and try to not say dumb shit for a little bit. Because I feel like I'm very much just talking bollocks, to be honest. So I apologize if, I don't know. Oh, it's been crazy. I've been very, very, very stressed about the housework getting done. I don't really know why I am. I don't know. Sometimes I'm very much a dog, and I don't like change. And this is one of those situations, right? And I'm so used to having a shower every morning, right? And that being like the start of my day. That I'm going to lose that for a couple days. Kind of freaking me out a little bit. I know that makes me a pussy and all that. It really shouldn't freak me out, but I don't know, man. It really is. It's really messing me up. So, I don't know. It's really, 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 really bugging the shit out of me, to be honest. Like, if we had another, like, backup for that, I wouldn't have a single problem with it. But we don't, so, I don't know. I'm stressing about it. Again, I probably shouldn't be, but I am. There we go. Alright. That's one of our 3 little orky boys ready for washes. And I am going to stop talking bullshit now, because that's all the fuck I've been doing, man. And I'm going to call him done. And I'm going to just chill a little bit and probably knock the other 2 out. And yeah, should be good. Well, thank you for watching. Hopefully this was entertaining, watching weird me babble for a while. And if you enjoyed it, I will stream again on Sunday at 10 in the morning. And on Sunday at 10, we're probably actually going to play some 40k. I was debating playing Curse City, but I think I actually want to do a sort of learn to play game of 40k. So that'll be pretty fun. I might take my sisters and have them shoot at some orcs. Or I might play some Death Guard. sure yet. But it'll be like a little like maybe like 15 power level game, and we'll just play it out and see what happens. So yeah, that's it from me, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call it there, and hopefully watching me talk bullshit was entertaining. Keep on keeping on.